Andromeda double team for Jay, Jorge, Nelly, Anaclara, and Isaac is supposed to be here soon as well. Wednesday, the 3rd of May. I guess I can also link the live hangout as well. So I'm guessing these are tasks here?
Yes.
So let's see if we can put together our agenda.
The things that are highlighted are things that are already done.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And we got, sometimes I put like, usually I do the highlighting for really important things that haven't gotten done to highlight them. Well, and then I usually do a line through it if it got done, or I just delete it. You just delete it since it's from yesterday.
Okay. Well, with Isaac, we took our time to check our past tasks and check which ones were done and which ones didn't. So we did this, but we can definitely erase them or just highlight it. Highlighting.
Cool. That is excellent. I'm just doing some organizing here. So yeah, so from there we just need the next step. So we should have at the top of this, we have an Andromeda team. Excellent. Really good. So let's see here next. So we got yesterday's meeting. I go to, yeah. Task, yesterday's task, video indexing. Next steps. So here are the next steps. Voila.
Yeah, yesterday we saw the next steps.
Yeah, cool. So the next steps are important because these are the topics, and this goes into our master topic list. We should actually link our master topic list here. And also we want to link our master task list as well. Do the tasks so that we're kind of on the same page. And we have those right here. So other master task lists. So we have 2 master task lists now.
Yeah.
Yes, because yesterday we talked about doing one. I did it, and then I found another one. So I just placed the 2 of them. But I think with the other one, we are going to be fine. I updated it, so.
Okay, well, we only need 1, so whatever we need to do to just combine them or make sure that we just have 1, we'll get there.
They are the same right now.
They're
they
exactly
have the same thing, so you can erase the other master tasks.
Which one should we
Actually, the older one has more information, like for previous weeks, so.
So they are a little different? All right, well, let's just keep them both for now, and we can link them to each other. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy both of them to our meeting notes for now.
I did the last one, so I can assure you that the last one has exactly the same things or less than the other one.
Well, we want to make sure we have everything, so it has less. We want to do more. So you're saying that this one is the most up-to-date? Like it has
yes, actually, both are updated, but the other one has like more backwards information, like past weeks.
Yeah, well, that's what we want. We want all the backward stuff. We want all the tasks for all time. That's why it's a master task list.
That's why, like, you can erase other.
So we can delete this one or do other purpose. All right. So yeah. So that's another task that for us to do. So task to delete this task list. All right. Coolio, and let's see who's the owner of that task list real quick. So this is the one we're going to delete. And usually
do we have 2 master tasks, please?
Yeah, we have 2 of them. So we're going to note here this list will be deleted Don't use,
Yeah.
so usually when you are changing a document over, what happens every once in a while, I'll put at the top of it, do not use this, we're getting rid of it, and then I even sometimes put it in highlighted, right? If you go to this document, this is old, and let's say you have a link to the new doc, you know, typically you would add that here too, right? So link to new one, and then I would just go ahead and link that like this. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's how you would, and this happens all the time. I mean, we'll switch to a new doc or do something, you know, so the old one is no longer used, and you combine them and whatever. Cool. So so now we can basically just delete the old one and just not worry about it, and you know, all good.
Okay.
All right. So let's do our check-ins. I think we're ready for check-ins. So
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, unless you want to do positions real quick. I know we don't have our entire agenda, but I think we also do positions and positions. If we want to do timekeeping.
I can do timekeeping.
Anaclara?
Yes.
And then we have video
I can help
indexing.
you with here.
You want to do video indexing?
I can do that.
Okay, how about you help with the video indexing? I think video indexing is proving to be a lot. Especially there's the afterwards as well, as, you know, to make sure it gets copied into the master video indexing list.
Yes.
So I think it's good to keep those separate from the timekeeping. And then we have notes. Facilitation can be J still. We're gonna start doing. So who wants? Do you want to help with notes too, Jorge? Isaac? I don't know if Isaac's here yet, but
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can help you.
okay. Awesome. All right, so we have all that good. Let's do check-ins. I guess I can start. I'm doing pretty good. I'm probably like I still am a good 6.5 in general, and yeah, had a lot of meetings this morning. I guess one meeting, it just lasted really long, so I got about a 10-minute break, 15-minute break. But I'm ready to go again. See how we can do, and you know, we'll have to figure out what our priorities are for today and just keep it all moving forward, which is good. So yeah, check.
Okay, I can go next. I'm good. I'm like a 7 today. Earlier we have like a body team meeting with Isaac. It went really well because we could realize how we did not know which things we did not know, and we work a little bit doing pending, and it was cool. So check.
Okay, I'll go next. I think right now I feel like I'm 6, 7. I don't know why I'm feeling very tired, but very happy at the same time. It's very weird feeling. Yesterday meeting was very good, working with Jay and the global team. So I think we are on track, and I'm glad about that. So check.
I feel like in an overall, I feel today like 6 as well. So I had to have some tests to do this morning, some classes, and yeah, it's rainy today. It's cold. I don't like it that much because if I have to walk my dogs, they get all wet every single time I walk them. But normally, yeah, it's a good day. Nevertheless, it was raining and stuff.
Cool. All right, and Isaac's still not here, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So now let's take Isaac off. All right, so I would say we start. So we have all of our next steps from yesterday, right? So these are all the topics that we want to go over, and I know we call it next step, but these are topics. Okay, they're discussion topics, so that's why they go into the master topic list. So we have a lot of things to go through here. I will mention that I do really want to get to the FCRN community schedule, community Wednesdays and Saturdays, because today is a Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Jorge. You can get Jorge paid. That's also a key thing. Yeah, get Jorge paid.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anyways, I was thinking maybe we could start with like general questions. It sounded like there was some sessions that happened. There might have been some questions of what was and did not know. I want to make sure we're covering the master weekly notes for the Americas and updates from today's meeting with EXA. And then there's updates from the global meeting with Nelly last night that I think would be helpful for people to hear. To go pretty quick. And then we have there was our work, so EXA ongoing work, right? So this is mainly value tracking. And then we can get into the community Wednesdays, getting Jorge paid. So yeah, and there's definitely other things here, but this is a good start. What do you guys think as far as like what our priorities are? Does that sound pretty good, or?
Well, actually, yes, because we were like going from backwards. We're starting from yesterday, so I think it's good because if you want to cover like all that we need to do, it's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if we were really gonna get deep, we would do task review. I don't know if we want to do this, like yikes, but this could be another next step. But either way, task review is automatically within our wrap up. So when we do a wrap up, and part of the last thing for our setup that we need to do is make sure we know our time frame for when people need to get going. We forgot that part. But is there a specific time people need to get out of here? Like 2 hours, maybe? That sounds good?
I need to get out of here sharp 4. I'm sorry.
At 4 p.m.
Because,
American time.
Yeah, because I have another class and I'm running, and yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
me too. I can stay till 4. You guys, 4:18.
Okay. Okay, cool. So either we start at 2:45 p.m. or 3:30, depending on how we move this forward. We'll talk more about that later. Okay. So in our wrap up, we'll cover the normal tasks, next steps, eval, that kind of stuff. All right. So I think we're good to move on. So this. Anyone else want to add to the topics? Do you all agree these are the topics you want to cover for today?
Is there any update about because I don't see general questions. You said that for the second week of May, we will start like tracking for monthly tracking, the spreadsheet.
Are you talking about value tracking, like this?
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
We'll get there. We'll get to the EXA value tracking. But are you talking about us as an internal team, or are you talking about the value tracking for EXA?
No, internal team.
For us. So the internal team, we're talking about the monthly tracking for us as an internal team. Okay, yes. So we can talk some about Andromeda team value tracking. Okay. And this relates a little to the global team.
Guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we already updated the form for the first 2 weeks of April of value tracking at EXA, so it's ready to send.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so there's weekly, monthly, yeah. So we'll get into all the EXA ongoing value tracking stuff, okay? So are we all in agreement that these topics are good and we just added the Andromeda team value tracking if we get to that? Are these topics all good? We're ready to move on?
Yeah.
So the first one was just general questions, right? So there was like, people said you had some buddy team meetings. There might be some general questions about things you didn't understand or things like that we just want to just get out of the way really fast. Are there any general questions on anything?
Today we talked with Isaac about having like another spiritual meeting, maybe with you, Jay, so we can catch up on things and like get organized, so we can work um like along with whichever we want at any time. Because today at our meeting we found out that we were very like strained in order to understand some things that only you can explain us. So maybe if we can catch up on things, we can like work independently and move forward like faster, like Nelly does, for example. So we want to get to that point. Maybe we can schedule a meeting.
Cool. Yeah. So, buddy team meetings and scheduling them, definitely down. Like me and Nelly have been doing extra meetings here and there. Over time, the goal is that these, daily check-ins can get, for the whole team can get shorter, so that we can just break up into buddy teams, right? And get the work done. And so, yeah, I think we're on the same page on that. But at the same time, it's also just going to take time. I mean, I think someone mentioned yesterday, like in the checkout, that we're getting a feeling of, how everything works in the network. And it's like we're barely just touching upon EXA, and EXA is a multi-organizational entity. There's like, dozens and dozens of economic spaces. I mean, it's like there's so much just within EXA. It's like we're never even know it all, right? Like I won't even know it all. It's literally that much. And I'm like very, very involved. And that's just EXA. So with the FQN community network, we don't even talk about the FQN community network, right? So I mean, it could take years before you understand everything, right? But the question is whether or not you have enough to do the tasks and work together as a team and like move everything forward and feel empowered and part of what we're doing here together. So
that's
there's
the thing. It was like about little things like just for EXA. We like today we opened the document and said, well, okay, what we can do from here. And there were some things that maybe you and Nelly are doing, or maybe Jorge or whatever, that we missed some meetings. So we are behind and we do not know what you're talking about. And maybe the structure and the system that we are functioning right now for EXA, and some tasks, we don't know what they are. So we need like further explanation on that. It's just like things we missed on some meetings.
Yeah.
Or things in documents that we do not understand, so we kind of move forward. It's like little things.
Yeah. Totally. And part of the goal is to get this async master training video docs, going, so that if there's questions, I mean, there wasn't any specifics here, but if there was like a specific question that you had, you'd be able to come to the master training list, be like, it has to do with our EXA client information, and there'd be a list of all the different EXA client trainings here, right? And then you can review something from our meeting for just that specific spot. So that's definitely the goal, is to have everything available asynchronously, but that will never replace having an actual buddy team meeting and live interacting and communicating and actually
And also what we want is like just any given day we have like a free or spare time on Isaac and me have like similar schedules.
But that's the difference. We need to, if we're gonna check like the normal links. Oh wait. No, it's okay.
I think just say that again, Anaclara.
I think he's not talking to us.
Yeah, he was not talking to us. So that was important. So having more free time.
When we have spare time or at any given day, just meet up and check the task list or the pending list and just complete tasks together. That's what we want, like any task.
Exactly.
So for that, we need more information. Yes. And we wanted to do that today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow because we have similar schedules.
Yes.
So we can do that earlier.
Great. That's perfect. Okay. So a couple of things here that come up is we want to have really clarity on what we call ongoing tasks, right? So ongoing tasks are typically, not necessarily simple, but they're just like clear and easily done at any time, right? And that they're ongoing, and then in many ways they never end, right? And then there's also client ongoing tasks, right? So we want to make sure we have these ones clearly laid out. And so we might want to do a little bit of training on this as a next step. So are there other questions? But I'm really glad you guys are starting the buddy team meetings on your own, because that's what it's all about. It's all about empowering ourselves individually.
Well, we need to organize. We already started to fill the past value tracking, but still we need to keep going. So I don't know if anyone will have time today to finish it. I'm already in April.
Oh no, we lost you.
No,
There you
yeah,
go.
I did February and March. No, yeah, February and March. So we need to do the following months.
Cool. Yeah, and hopefully we'll get more time to work on
That's
that.
value tracking, right?
Yeah, that's value tracking.
Yeah, past value tracking.
And I'll be available for much of the day. I guess that would be good just to check in on our schedule. So this is part of wrap up, but like, you know, so Nelly and Jay and Nelly can do some more today. You want to do some more later today, Nelly?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay. Does anyone else have time later today?
I don't have later today, but I have tomorrow earlier.
So buddy team, Anaclara and Isaac in the morning, right? Thursday.
Yeah, maybe Jorge can too. I don't know. No.
I may
just
have some
got back.
time before the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Or maybe we could get started a little earlier. I mean, for me, tomorrow morning is the board meeting, so I'll be doing like secretary and note work for the board for the Economic Partnership, similar to this morning. But it should be over around 12. They like to end pretty on time. I don't know what this is. And then I also have a finance meeting with Vienna right after that. It's a quick check-in. But this one, you know, people could potentially join me who want to get more involved in the finances. And you could even meet Vienna. So we can talk maybe about that today. Let's add that to our list today as far as like getting more involvement in finances if we get to it.
What time are you meeting Vienna?
It's like right before our meeting, you know. In fact, our meeting might even get pushed back a little bit. You know, it's just like this little half-hour thing, and maybe it might roll over. So as soon as I'm done with that, we'll start this meeting, but it might be a little afterwards. Cool. So
Okay.
All right. Any other general questions?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Not so far.
Awesome. All right.
No.
So without that, I think it's good to just kind of think of the bigger picture there, and you know, it's going to take some time, but it's good to just check in on it. So then the next thing I want to make sure we're really clear on is the master weekly notes for the Americas. And I want to go ahead and make sure this is also indexed. So I don't know what minute we're on, but Jorge, you can do that. So the master weekly notes for the Americas is important because when we're all working on our own, right, we can always link documents into our super team meeting, right? So our super team meeting, this is basically like all the notes. And eventually we need to make a doc and put all the notes somewhere else because this gets too long, right? But really, the truth of the matter is that, for example, today, right, buddy team, Isaac, and Anaclara. So that was earlier today, right? So we need to so someone needs to link these notes that we currently have to our super team doc, right? This will be Wednesday, May 3rd. 2017, right? So this is our Andromeda double team meeting. So today is you know, Jay, we got Jay, Nelly, Jorge, Anaclara, right? So there's the 4 of us. So this is our double team meeting, and this double team needs to have its own doc, right? When we have the entire team, right? It'd be all 5 of us. That would have its own doc, and that would be like, you know, all of those notes would be organized based on the people who are present there. So, and when things get a little bit, you know, overlapping, like, you know, we just don't worry about it, we just stick it here. But the point is that this is just to record our notes, right? We record all of the actual value tracking in the master notes document in value tracking. And that happens within the entire Americas network, not just our team, right? Because we want to educate the entire network. Like, let's say there could be 5 teams in the Americas. This is only for our team, for all of our notes in our team, whereas the master notes for the entire network is where the value tracking is held. And so this is the community weeks. And this one, we still have to correct, right? So this is the current week right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And not everybody needs to do this, but it's just important to know about it so that we're on the same page. So let's use the buddy meeting this morning. So the buddy meeting this morning, we would come in here and we would put it, I typically go down, and then everything is at the top. We have the index at the top. So this is like the contents or index. And so today would be Wednesday, May 3rd. Wednesday, May 3rd. And then you would have Buddy, Team, Isacc, and Anaclara, right? And the question would be, what time did that start? There would be a time. You would have the number of hours, and you'd have the link to the notes. We have the notes right here, so that's easy.
Okay. That was like, I don't remember, but it was 3 o'clock in here, so it should be 1 p.m. America's time.
Yeah, so we would say 1 p.m. America's time. And then this gets as a level heading 3. And how long did you guys work for?
12 p.m. 12. Like,
oh, yeah,
12, not p.m.
At 12. And how long did you guys work for?
1 hour and a half.
1.5 hours. Cool. So that is now in the record. So it's now recorded within the master notes for the week, right? And we're only doing this weekly. I do daily because I do so much every day. It's like pointless, but you guys don't have to do daily. It's fine to just do weekly, right? So we're going to create one for every week. And this will be helping us. Oh, look, Isaac's here. Cool. And this will be helping track all the values. So we also want to add in here, right? We would want to add in at 2 p.m. America's time. We have our double team. So this would be the Andromeda double team. And ours meaning would be like 2 hours, whatever, right? And then we'd have the link to our notes, link to notes. And I still, like, here we go. Perfect. We got this here, so I can quickly do the notes. Boom. And then from here, this would be, this is where we would actually put the laundry list of the value tracking. So we would have meeting value tracking. And this is where we put all that information. This is where it goes because this is the store of the official notes for each week, and then also the actual value that's created. And then from this is where we build all the value for the ongoing value tracking within the team. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions here?
Sure.
So let's quickly look at what it looks like for like me. So for me, I do my community notes, and I'm starting to do all of my community notes in America's time. So it's easy to schedule. So for me, I had like 5 meetings. I have a link to the notes. I have how long it took me for each meeting, and sometimes I put screenshots for stuff, the different emails, right? So it's basically this is my record. And that can be added to the America's record as needed. But what's important is that you guys are just able to record collectively as a team and as the whole network so that we can pull everything together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. And so our team notes go here. But really, there should be for this one, it's Isacc and Anaclara, right? So this is helpful for all of us to be able to see what Isacc and Anaclara are doing. But more importantly, it's important for Isacc and Anaclara to be organized. So you would have a Isacc and Anaclara buddy team, right? So there would be a doc for that. They would have your own notes that you would be organizing there, so you can track within your own buddy team your tasks and responsibilities and supporting each other as individuals. So yeah, I think we're done with this topic. Any other questions on this?
No.
Cool. All right. So that's the master weekly notes for the Americas, and then this is a UTC -6, right? And then there's another master weekly notes for the Asia, right? The Australasia quadrant, and then there'd also be master weekly notes for the Eurafrica quadrant, and then eventually we might, the global team can help merge all of the master notes, but right now we just need to record them. And the reason why it's a different master notes is that it's basically just either a different group, a different team, or it's like a different time zone, right? And some people just don't have the time or know how to deal with different time zones. Cool. Let's move on. Next topic. All right, updates. So I'll do a quick update for this morning, and then Nelly can help with the global meeting, then I'll finish up with that. So
sure.
Jorge, if you can index this, that'd be great. So for the meeting, for the meeting this morning was kind of cool. I mean, this was like the official like monthly board meeting and executive team meeting, executive committee, right? And there wasn't even clear organization. There was like, we don't even know who the deputies are. We finally got that done. The whole beginning of the meeting for like a half an hour was just like rambling, going all over the place. So part of it is just like they're hitting the point where it's the disorganization is affecting the ability to actually accomplish the tasks at hand. So the main concern is that it's actually affecting our ability to bring in money. So the EXO is going to have, the more disorganized it's going to be, the harder it is going to bring in money, right? But at some point, I finally got the group to like calm down, focus in. We got through all the most important proposals for the day, so that the board made the official decisions. We got a plan for the housing, and updated some budgetary stuff. It did happen. It was a lot, but overall, it's still like we're not even helping with that. So I think overall, the overall picture for EXA is that they need a lot more help than we are doing. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's like, so, what do we do about that? In the context, we already have way too many responsibilities. So I think that it might be going and like reviewing. So this might be a next step, like review what needs support that we aren't doing, and maybe taking a look at 1 to 2 of those responsibilities and potentially taking them on with no additional pay, right? I don't know. So I just don't know what else to say about that, but it's they need help with the planning and the organizing and accountability. I think one thing we might take on is evaluations. I think if the evaluation system can be very similar to the value tracking system, because basically, let's say we did monthly evaluations, all we would have to do is basically say, everybody needs to fill out the form to do self-evaluation, once a month, and then we collect all those, we make sure everyone did it, and it'd be exactly the same as the weekly value tracking, right? So this might be something we take on. So I think that's kind of, and that would help with accountability, right? They need help with accountability, making sure people are following through with things. And they also need help with planning, right? Planning and execution, which is a lot. It's a lot of work. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. The more organized EGS is, they're paying us, so the more ability we have to bring in more money in the future. But they're also spending ungodly amounts of money. So they're also spending huge amounts of money, including adding, potentially another $20,000 of house costs. So I mean, I just don't know what to do about that. So it's like we can help them do things, but if they just keep spending all of their money and they don't pay us enough money to do the work we're doing, it's just very, very, I think the other thing that we learned from this is we need to do our own investor relations, and we need to find other clients, right?
Yes.
Find other clients.
And
they
need to prioritize things and understand how the chain of work works. Like, if you put the money in the right place, it's going to move faster and better. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to
Actually,
pass it off to Nelly. Nelly, you can
I'm
give
sorry.
an update on yesterday and our investor relations and, you know.
That's something we discussed yesterday about investor relations, finding other clients with Mel. Mel is super finding donation person, something like that. Is she?
Yeah, she does. She does. She's a professional grant writer and like bringing in money. I mean, she just professionally brings in donors, right?
Yeah, finding donors. So, so after that, we discussed about really concentrating on or focus in finding invest relations for us instead of for somebody else. That's something that we would like to do.
Yeah, and investing in us is helpful because then we can help other organizations more, and it stabilizes our finances. So if EXA fell apart, we would just fall apart. We would be gone, right? So having all of our eggs in one basket with EXA creates instability. So by branching out and seeing if we can get other clients, you know, and really we want to work for ourselves and have our own investments for the FK Community Network, and then also over time, we can even support each individual. How you have your own dream, your own goals. We could help bud out other businesses and projects and organizations. So, yeah. So I think overall, the only other thing to add to this was in the global meeting. I think right after you left, Nelly, we discussed a lot of the value tracking. So the internal value tracking, and we want to remember. So internal FQN value tracking. We want to remember that. In the Andromeda team, right? That's the whole relationship, and we saw that in full action yesterday. It was really actually pretty cool. So like Ulysses was helping, and Abdul was helping me and Nelly, as well as you know, Lucy is getting more involved. So we started getting into the value tracking, and specifically, each individual is going to have their own spreadsheet that clearly states their current value that has been you know, gained, right? Overall, this is the current overall value. It doesn't have everything, but it has like the overall picture. And so there's still other value tracking and the master notes and meeting information, right? So there's still other stuff there, but it's like, yeah. Oh, and let me just mention really quickly so I don't forget. With the master notes, you can do buddy teams, but you can also do individual work, right? So to add to the master notes, you don't have to just be a buddy team. You can also do your own individual work on there. But you can also, the most important thing, like this is always secondary, right? For the value tracking, it's helpful, but it's always secondary to just simply updating your work report, right? So when you're doing your work reporting for your time, that's always the most important thing, and you don't have to worry about, like, that's all secondary. Don't worry about the if you have trouble getting your work report dated, don't worry about the master, you know, notes document. It's not that important compared to your work report. All right, so back to the value.
So, by the way, if you see some changes in your main doc, is that we just add the main responsibilities to your document?
Oh yeah, so yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's just to help people understand the responsibilities and what's going on. So, and it's important to understand the difference of responsibilities. So responsibilities are a whole group, of ongoing, you know, goals, achievements, deliverables, and tasks, right? So when you have a responsibility, it's somewhat your responsibility to create the tasks, understand what the goals and achievements are, and actually create like a mini plan for your responsibilities. And then of course there's, you know, major and minor responsibilities. And then from there there's tasks, right? So tasks are like individual, usually, you know, they can be ongoing or one time. And you get the task done and then it's done. You know, you don't have any responsibility. So tasks don't have direct responsibility. Does that sort of make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's always easier to coordinate responsibilities and get people empowered in the organization than it is to organize and coordinate all the tasks, because they're literally, there could be thousands of tasks, right? Thousands of tasks, whereas you can probably narrow it down to like, 30 to 50 responsibilities. So if people are clear in their responsibilities, you can actually, organize. I mean, 30 to 50 responsibilities is still a lot, but you can actually coordinate and organize that pretty well. So anyways, I think we're on or additions to yesterday's updates or other updates that we need to do. So I think we're good on that. So let's go to our next topic. All right, so exit ongoing work and value tracking. So we might want to just like break up into buddy teams here for like a little bit.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, let's do a quick review of where we're at currently, and then there's some tasks here. So look at the tasks from yesterday. There's all this stuff with me and Isaac. Is Isaac here yet? Did he ever get here?
He's here, but I don't know why he cannot talk.
Oh, he's got the same thing from yesterday, where for some reason his
yeah, his mic.
Yeah, his mic is broken, something like that.
Yeah,
it's too bad. All right, but that would go into our value, our meeting, right? Value, right? So when we're doing our meeting value tracking, So we would note here, Isaac got here at like what, like 2:30, arrived at 2:30 p.m. America's time, and then it's just like text only. And you're welcome to check in, Isaac. So if you want to like send us a note in our Andromeda Super Team Slack here, we could check you in, or you can just write directly on the doc. Okay, so there's a bunch of tasks here for me and Isaac. There's also a bunch of tasks for some of the weekly and the monthly, and then we have the April, and it looked like April got completed, so that's on me.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Yeah, take your time. It's fine.
Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Is that you, Isaac?
I've been speaking like for the past 3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't hear you. Nice. Well, you want to check in?
I just, sure. Okay, well, as I have told you before, my grandma's in a kind of delicate condition. She got to go into surgery again yesterday. But now, doctor said that she's doing better. It was kind of a rough night. That's why I didn't check back in with Nelly. I apologize for that. I didn't call you back. Sorry about that. But feel better. She's feeling better. She has shown some progress. And today we had our first alone meeting. Anaclara and I discussed some of the things that we needed to do, where we were. And it went pretty cool, pretty good. We got to bond a little bit more. And I had to take my dog to the bed. I had to take little Joe to the bed, and that's why I was a little bit late today. But other than that, I'm good.
Cool. And
is he okay?
Yeah, he had some. Apparently, he has some. There's some kind of some sort of infection.
Oh.
It's not a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, because when they are puppies, they get like bad diseases and stuff like that.
I was worried it was like, you know, the parvovirus.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But it turns out it's not. It's just something he probably ate when I took him out to.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Something he ate. That's it. No big
nice.
deal.
And Isaac, do you want to add like a number between 0 and 9?
Probably like a 5.
5. And then Anaclara, did you want to add a number as well?
I did like 7.
There's a 7.
I
Cool.
think.
Awesome. All right, so we can do an average there now. Average number, if anyone wants to fill that in. So let's just quickly run through our value tracking responsibilities. So value tracking responsibilities. This is for Excel. So there is weekly, ongoing. So this is a weekly, current weekly,
Monthly.
current weekly, current monthly. So do you guys have questions on the current weekly, current monthly?
No.
No questions on anything in current weekly, current monthly. We're all good on that. All right. So then past value tracking is one of the main concerns. So there's the weekly, past. There's the monthly / quarterly past. This one has a problem where Jay needs to find the spreadsheet. Okay, that's a big problem. So I can put some time into that right now. How about the weekly past? How are people feeling on the weekly past?
I've been working in that one. I already did February and March. I need to work in April and the next and following. But I think it's only till April. I mean, I have to check, but I'm not sure.
It was only for the first 4 months, right?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, so I think it's only for April. Till April.
Cool. Excellent. So are there any other questions on the weekly past stuff, or do you feel pretty good about it? So there's going to be a lot of gaps here, right? And that's mainly going to be red. So it's all going to be red.
There is a lot of gaps. There are a lot of gaps.
And it's going to be red, and that's okay. We just don't have a lot of data on the weekly past data. So what are you going to do? So the monthly and quarterly. So we need to. I think that we can just have these be in the same doc. But we're going to have separate sheets. So there'll be a sheet for monthly. There'll be a sheet for quarterly, and this is for past, right? But it could be in the same document. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Sheet monthly paid and quarter pass. Okay.
So you can have a single spreadsheet. So single spreadsheet doc, but you can have multiple sheets within that spreadsheet. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll be better separated sheets.
You think we should do separate sheets for monthly and quarterly? Okay.
Yes.
We can do that. So let's just do it. Let's just do it total. So we have one spreadsheet for monthly, one for monthly, and then having a separate spreadsheet for quarterly, and this is past.
Quarterly. Yeah. I think that could help us to be a little bit more organized, because what EXA needs right now is to be more organized.
Yes.
Because they are not.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to take the list of the current workers, right? Workers, and then go back, right? So it's like,
I have to leave 1 minute, guys.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem. So take the list of the current workers and then go backwards. So and then you can fill in the gaps, because there's going to be some that we just don't have any information for. And then so all the gaps. So for quarterly, all gaps are yellow. Okay. Don't put it yellow here, because yellow means it's a problem. For monthly, gaps are primarily red. Right. So it means that we're not going to get data. So if you didn't do the monthly at the time the monthly was to be done, it's gone. You don't get it. Okay. But quarterly, everybody has to have a quarterly figure for every single slot. This is, in essence, like this literally is the master ledger right here. This is the master ledger on the quarterly level. Okay. And the weekly and the monthly feed into the quarterly. But you get additional value for monthly and weekly tracking that you wouldn't get if you only did quarterly tracking. So take the list of current workers and go back to you. Does this make sense in terms of taking the current workers list and then going backwards? All right. So
Yes.
are there other questions on the monthly and quarterly past value tracking?
Not far. I think that yesterday you explained it, and
Perhaps we can
question?
work right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
we,
that's the
if
plan.
we have any question, we will do it.
Yeah, that's definitely the
We will
plan.
work on them.
But let's go ahead and just finish up the list. So then from here, let's pull up the actual document so that we have it. So this is past value tracking systems. And just put that right here. All right, so we have weekly, monthly, one time for April. So we can review that real quick. I think we're good on that. So add here one time for April. And I would say that this is good. You know, and me and Isaac, Jay and Isaac are responsible. So it makes sense that we would break out. Past investor economic contribution tracking. So that would be the next one. So past investor tracking. I think that this one's pretty clear. I mean, we have the links for the spreadsheets, etc. on this. So this is mainly just double and triple checking. So we might need to do that some together, but you know, I need help double and triple checking. Then we have past network community and contribution tracking. I mean, this is a big gap. So network and community is a gap. I would actually make that red or yellow. Sorry. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with that. Anybody wants to take that on? Then we have reimbursement and travel. This is started, but we're missing a lot of data. So reimbursement and travel. So we have a form here. We might need to do more outreach, maybe. So that'd be me and then past value squared. So value squared we're going to deal with next week. Value squared. Cool. So we should be reviewing this entire list on value tracking, like, you know, every day, every few days. And just kind of check in on it and see where we are. So I don't know where we should copy and paste this, but probably just directly into our team responsibilities. So these are team responsibilities.
Or maybe in the value tracking also, Excel value tracking, and the one that we have for value tracking with all the information.
Yeah, well, we can do the past value tracking here, just put it at the top, but yeah.
Yeah.
So let's break up into buddy teams. Me and Isaac should be together, and then Jorge and Nelly, I guess you guys can work together too. And then from there, it's just a matter of like Anaclara deciding where you want to go.
Yeah.
Before you've gone with me and Isaac, but you're certainly welcome to go with Jorge and then Jorge and Nelly if you wanted to.
Hi, I'm back. Maybe I can take some tasks.
Well, we have all of these tasks to do for the value tracking, and there's both current value tracking. If you want to learn about the current value tracking, well, we're all going to be working on both current and past. So either buddy team you go to, you'll be learning more about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just decide. You can even go back and forth. Right? That you can be a runner.
Okay.
All right. So let's break up. So we have Isaac and Jay and Jorge and Nelly, and then, you know, Anaclara. It's really up to you. Do you know which team you want to be with? Like typically you've been with me and Isaac, but if you want to join Jorge and Nelly, that's fine as well.
No, I second you.
Okay, so we're moving to the secondary link, to the secondary hangouts.
Yeah, let's let Jorge and Nelly stay here, and then we'll move over. Unless you guys want to practice. Hey, Jorge and Nelly, do you guys want to practice going to the secondary link?
We can do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see, where's the secondary link? We should have that here available. I think we just go into our team. Here we go, link. All right, so I just put it at the top of our notes. Main Hangout link, secondary link. And this is the same
All right,
thing.
we're going to the secondary link then.
Cool. All right. Oh, and just so you guys know, there's a small chance that my friend Tully might call in. I actually have never talked about Tully. So he's technically not involved with the FQN community network. He's involved specifically with FQN. And I'll talk more about that in the future. Yes. But this current time slot for the next hour is what's called the FQN experience. And we're obviously not doing that, but in future Wednesdays, we might do that more. But just letting you know, if he does call in, like I might need to change topics. Okay, check.
Okay.
Let's break out. All right, well, we can start right away with us now. Isaac, are you still there?
Okay, let me go to the other link.
Maybe Isaac thought that he needed to switch.
I think Isaac is here. Let's send him a quick message. Hey, Isaac, he's still here. We can't hear you. Maybe he's just off in the other room for a second. We'll be back. Okay, so Anaclara, let's start with the weekly, the current weekly and current monthly. That sound good? That sound good, Anaclara?
Okay.
Okay, so weekly, so current, weekly, and monthly. All right. And then we also have April. So I'm going to go to our super team doc, and then we would go to
Jake.
Oh, Isaac, you're back.
Sorry, I thought we were going to split into the secondary team.
Oh,
The secondary hack link.
we're gonna we decided to give them some practice splitting off, so we're staying here, and then they split off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna call. 3 minutes, and I'll be back.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so let's see here. We are going to the EXA stuff, and it's going to be the systems and processes docs, and specifically the current tracking. And I'm going to pop that into our notes for right now. This is yesterday's notes. All right, pop that right here. So if we come down to, let's start with weekly tracking. You go here to today is Wednesday, right? And this is what we would be responsible for. So you be with me and Isaac, right? So we would check the weekly tracking manual log, right? And then these would be the people who haven't filled out the tracking form yet. Does that make sense, Anaclara? The yellow?
Sort of.
So every single day, what's happening is like we send them a Slack message, right? So here, I'll go through the whole process, okay? So on Fridays,
every single day?
Yeah, this is a daily process, yeah. Every day is a little different though. So on Fridays, right? On Fridays, it sends out the automatic bot announcement to remind everybody to do the tracking form. It sends out the form so that everyone can just do it automatically, right? So so half of the people are just doing it right away, right? We don't have to do anything. If everyone did that, then we would have no work to do because it would all be automatic, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like they don't do it. So then we send it on Monday, we send a Slack message to remind them. So this is like, yes, we sent a Slack message to remind them to fill out the form, right? Then on Monday, Tuesday, the question is, did they fill out the form from the Slack message? 3 people did. And then these people did not. And this person, we're not sure. We're waiting to hear back. Does that make sense? Does that make sense so far? Anaclara?
To read, but I think we can get used to it. Like, eventually we're going to read it like really fast.
Sorry, say again? Eventually what?
We are going to be able to read the spreadsheet really fast.
Yeah. So basically no means it didn't happen. Yes or not applicable means that it did happen. It's good to go. Yellow means we still have something to do on our side, right? This is like, gotta figure it out. So
Okay.
so then what happens is that on Tuesdays, if they didn't fill out the form for the value tracking, right? Then we have to send them an email. So on Tuesdays, we send them an email only to the people who didn't fill out the form. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then so for today, the question is, did they fill out the form or not? And then once this is filled in, and this is the Jorge and Nelly are doing this now, then we have to call them and follow up with them directly, right? So we're actually calling them and directly communicating them. This is primarily like me and Isaac, but you know, if you wanted to help out with it too, or you could help send more emails or messages or whatever we need. We just need to bug them until they fill out the freaking form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and all the results and all the information, we can see it on the form itself.
Yeah, but we don't need to worry
Right.
about that part. Nelly and Jorge take care of that, but you can certainly get involved in that process. So that's basically the value tracking
That's
ledger,
results.
right? So the actual results go in here. So these are the actual results, like each person every day, like how much did they work, right? And Alpin, I mean, I'm pretty sure he filled this in. I don't know why it's, oh yeah, it's red because it's a problem. So we need to get this updated. So we haven't even updated this yet. So we're behind. We're basically behind still. Laura, we redid that so that we should get that data back from her. And then
So
we just need to
tomorrow, if
fill in
we
all these
want
gaps.
to like move forward with this, we should go on this spreadsheet and check which
No, this is
information is
all-
still missing and
Yes.
contact them.
Yeah, exactly. But this is all now. It's not tomorrow. It's literally right now.
Okay.
We're doing this all right now. So I need to send text messages, reminders, and phone calls. Like all of it needs to happen right now.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. We do this every single week, right? So it's basically, and the more we do it, the easier it'll get. Like eventually the goal is that the people will just do it, and so we don't have to bug the hell out of them to do it, right? So I need to send, you know, information to Andrew, Anna, Vienna, Jorge, George. No, Jorge did it. He's good. So George, yeah. And then we can update this by just kind of going like, okay, this is not applicable. We already got that. Same with these two, right? So, but we still need to wait on Jorge and Nelly to fill in this stuff, or we just need to fill it in and basically like, you know, you guys took too long. Okay, so does this sort of make sense on where we're at with this? That make sense, Anaclara?
Yes.
And Isaac, are you still here? No, yeah, he left. Okay, he'll be back soon. So on the monthly,
He is, but I can be back.
yeah, he had to go steal the dog or something like that. Okay, so on the monthly, it's exactly the same thing. The only difference for the monthly tracking form is that it's different people. Okay, so it's actually
okay.
It's
Is the people that ask to be monthly tracked, like monthly pay or something?
It's for the token budget. It's for the network budget. The token budget, as opposed to the other one for the weekly is the core team. So if we look at the manual tracking log here, you'll see here that you have the role of either they're on the core team, or they're in the network, or they're outsourced. And then this is from the bot announcement. So none of this has even been done yet. And we give a couple days. So for the monthly tracking, we the first day of the month the announcement goes out. So this is an essential first task is that we need to send out the announcement for the other Slack. There's actually 2 Slacks that need to go on. And so this is 2 Slacks. 2 Slacks. One is the Exa Core Slack, and the other is the Exa Echonaut Slack. And this is for like the network, right? So that's something that we could work on right now, is that this has not happened yet. Didn't happen, right? So it isn't until the 4th day of the month that we really need to start worrying about who filled out the form and everything like that, because this is monthly, right? So it happens a little slower than the weekly processes, but it's concurrent, right? It happens, at the same time we're doing the weekly. So what we want to think about here is, like, if I go to Slack, and right now just me and Isaac are in the Slack. So some of this isn't directly applicable to you, but here's the announcements channel. And I would go to the monthly value tracking. So this is what I wrote for the monthly value tracking. We'll put this into our notes. So we could update this briefly and just like make it presentable to the network, right? So right here it says, maybe we should post this in the Econaut Slack. The decision was yes, so let me know in future months. So this needs to be totally rewritten, right? It needs to be rewritten and written in the context of posting it to the Econaut Slack, which needs to be a little more professional. And we don't need to start with the weekly contribution tracking. It basically, like, it could be, hey everybody, for the Econaut Slack, we will be posting the monthly value tracking, so everyone who wants to can record their monthly contributions so that we can issue tokens. Right? That's pretty much all we really need to say, and then from there,
but this is not optional.
Say what?
So
I couldn't hear you. Can you say that again?
This is not optional. This is something that people must do.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an automated message. So we're going to be automating this message to the Econaut Slack.
Yeah, but field this record is mandatory, right?
It's not. It's mandatory for the weekly tracking and the core team. For the network, it's a little less mandatory, but it just depends. So we're going to have a list of people who basically it's mandatory, and another list of people who it's not. And then there's also a list of people who basically, like, if they don't fill it in, we fill it in for them. So we try to find as much information as we can and basically just update it for them.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, maybe we should note this down here. So so in the actual current value tracking on the monthly stuff, right? So this, we need 2 Slack messages. So this would be the Exa Core Slack message.
Hey guys, sorry.
Hey Isaac. And then you have the Exa.
Hi.
Are we now?
We are in the core team. We're in the contribution tracking. Current Exa contribution value tracking. And we're talking about the messaging for the monthly. So we're still waiting on Jorge and Nelly to do the value tracking for the weekly. We should actually check in on that. Let's send a quick Skype message. Hey Nelly and Jorge, are you guys updating the weekly current value tracking log? All right, so if they're not doing that, then we should just do it. And we need to write these messages out. So this is something that we could be working on right now together, is getting these messages for the automated. This was the automated Slack message for the core team and the automated monthly Slack message for the Econaut. No, we are in past value tracking. Okay, we will do it then. All right, so it looks like we're gonna need to do the value tracking for the weekly, okay? All right, so
Okay.
should we all do that together? You guys wanna do it all together, or you guys want
Yes, please, just this time maybe.
Okay, so let's do it together to get it started with, and then maybe we can branch out a little bit. So we come up here to weekly, and the first thing we need is the spreadsheet's result. So these are the actual raw spreadsheet results from the form, right? And then we want to go to we have the ledger. So there's last week we didn't get Alpin, so this is a problem. We want to fix that. So we would see here that Alpin filled it out on 5/1, right? But he also filled it out on 4/27. So this is obviously last week. He did 50% communications and 10% general work, right? So we would copy that. We go to the ledger. We'd add that here onto the notes. And then here we would say 60%. So 50% plus 10%. And then we would make this green. Done. So last week is like totally done. Like totally done. You can't get better than that. Right? And so we have some zeros here, which is perfectly fine. They didn't fill out the form, so they get a 0. That's that. Cool. So for this week, we go. We need to do the log, right? So we're still on the log here. So the first one is Laura, right? So the question is, did Laura fill it out? Boom, Laura filled it out, right? She did 50% investor relations, 50% comms. That's full time. So we would go into the ledger, add it here in notes, and then put 100%, and then make it green. And then in the log, it's she did yes here. Yes, she filled it out from the Slack message. And then we would just say not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. Okay. So Laura's done. So does that make sense? Do you want to try one?
Yeah, I didn't understand why not applicable.
Because they already filled it out.
Because it's already filled. Oh, okay, this was an email. Okay.
So she filled out the form from the Slack message, so we don't need to send the email. It doesn't matter that she didn't fill out from the email because she already filled it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done. So they only have to do it once. Right. So everybody who does it from the bot announcement on the first day, it's already done. So like they don't need to do. We don't need to follow up with them. All we have to worry about is the people who didn't fill out the form, right? So if we look here at the actual reporting, you can see Alpin, Jay, Jorge, and Laura filled it out, right? So you come over here, you would see Zachary, Andrew, Karina, Anna, Vienna, George, and Jorge. So none of these people filled it out, right? There's not a single person who filled it out. So we'd say none of them filled out the form. This would all be red.
George and Jorge didn't?
Jorge filled out the form, but George did not.
Okay.
So we have Jorge, but no George. But George did fill it out last week. He filled it out late, but he did fill it out. So basically what we're going to do from here is now we need to actually start calling them and sending more messages. So I would start this process by just sending out another quick message. Like I maybe even Isaac could do that, on Slack. And I could start texting people.
Isaac is here right now.
Say what?
I'm here.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, Isaac is here. So I'm just gonna do a couple text messages, and then maybe Anaclara, you could work some on the monthly. Make sure the monthly is all up to date. Because the monthly hasn't even been started, and the monthly is exactly the same process. It just happens slower because it's once a month. Does that make sense?
But okay, if it's if in order to fill the monthly log, what are the criteria? For example, in this case, it's not applicable. It's yes or no. But in the other case, if they filled out the form on the first 3, on the first 3 weeks, but not the fourth one, or the first one they didn't fill it out, but the first fill the information on the following 3 weeks. How are we gonna place that? Like in this case, for example, they didn't fill out the form on Wednesday. From Wednesday,
we have the new April form, so we need to send out the April message and do the April for the first 2 weeks of April.
Yes, but what if they don't fill it out?
Then they just get a 0.
Right.
It's just like you didn't fill it out and you get a 0 for it.
On the whole month?
Pretty
That's what I
much.
meant.
Yeah. So again, the only thing that matters in the master ledger is the quarterly number, right? So only the quarterly number matters because all the months feed into the quarters and the weeks feed into the months. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So everybody's required to have a quarterly number. If it says 0 in your quarterly number, it means you're not getting any money or tokens. You get nothing, right? So if you give a quarterly figure and you don't give monthly or weekly figures, then you're losing value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So because
I should definitely go over this.
you're
again tomorrow.
getting value for doing the weekly tracking, right? And you're getting value for doing the monthly tracking, and then you're getting value for doing the quarterly tracking. But if you only do the quarterly tracking, you don't get the value for the monthly or weekly tracking. And we can't prove, there's no way to prove that they did the quarterly work, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Isaac?
Sort of. But once I see it filled out,
And the other thing to remember is that only the core team needs to fill in the weekly tracking. That's only the core team, right? Whereas the monthly is not for the core team, because if the core team's filling out the weekly, they don't need to fill out the monthly, right? Because we already have all the weekly figures. And then the network or the monthly is actually different people fill in the monthly.
Can I ask like maybe a dumb question that has been already answered, but I'm not clear about that?
Of course.
Why do not everybody feel like in the same way of the information? Like everybody does it weekly or everybody does it monthly. It depends on the responsibilities and their tasks or something like that.
Well, it would be way more work for us to track 50, 100 people weekly than for us to track 20 people weekly and then track everybody else monthly. So it's good for us to separate it because it would just be ungodly amounts of work to try to get every single person to do it weekly when they don't want to. The network is like, the monthly is going to be everybody we're going to ask to do it monthly. And that's about 50 people or more. And they basically may or may not do it. And we'll just do our best. You know, I mean, we can't guarantee that they're going to do it, but it's like they're not getting paid, right? So only the people on the core team are actually getting paid. All the people who do it monthly are not getting paid. So it's harder to expect them to do it, but it's like they want tokens, so why wouldn't they fill it out to get their tokens?
Yeah, that's the end of the day is paying anyway. So
yeah, but overall, it's easier for us to do it monthly. So we would prefer to get rid of the weekly and only do it monthly, right? So the less people we have to track weekly, the better for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I actually offered to Exa, if they paid us like 2 or 3 times as much money, we would do real-time daily value tracking, which is the way that we do our value tracking with the FQN Community Network. We do it in real time at the moment of the meeting. We document everything. We have the master notes for every single week, every single day, every single hour. And it's just easier to do it that way, but it's more work in the present, but then it's all done. And you don't have to worry about any of the weekly or any of the monthly or anything, right? It's just all in real time.
That's right, yeah.
But it's a lot more work to do that in real time, but it's better. Mm-hmm. There's no other better way to do value tracking than to do it in real time.
Yeah, sure.
So as soon as you
Jay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we are like half an hour away to.
Okay, cool.
2 hours.
So Anaclara, can you just work a little bit on the monthly value tracking? It's exactly the same as the weekly. It's just monthly.
Yes, sure.
And then me and Isaac is going to send the Slack messages to the people who didn't do the weekly, and I'm going to send the text messages. and then we'll report back to the group and then start wrapping up. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. So one question. So the core team, and will I be able to see them too? Oh, for example, in this case, I'm gonna send them. I want to send them messages on Slack, right?
Yeah.
But it says Jorge Salmon. Do you know?
George.
Or if I George, sorry, George
Yeah.
Salmon. Or if it's Vienna. Okay. So I think all of those are pretty figurables. Okay, that's okay.
Excellent.
One question. Where can I find these documents?
It's all. So if you go to our current notes right now,
Okay.
and you go down to the to our buddy team, Isaac, J, and Anaclara, we have the link for the current EXA core team contribution tracking. It's really just the current EXA value tracking. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
So in that, you would just click on monthly and then go down to the links for monthly.
Right.
Yeah, and then also we need to send out the form for April, Isaac. So if we could do that real quick too, that would be ideal. We need to write up a message for April. So maybe we could write up a message right here in the notes.
Did you get the chance to check it? Anaclara, did you show it to him? By the chance? You meant that for the remainder of the 2 weeks gap, right? Anaclara, remember that we made.
I didn't understand.
Remember that we did the form?
Yeah, we made the form. Yeah, I already showed them.
Oh, so that's
anybody corrected, but I already linked it at the beginning of the meeting.
Did you check it by any chance, Jay? I just want to make sure that it's the right form and that I got it right.
Yeah, man, I'll look at it quick before sending it. No problem.
Okay. Okay, so on text, the EXA, what do you want me to put on the message for them? Like, don't forget to fill out the form. And then the form link.
I'm writing it into the message for them. Yeah, I've even just sent the link to the form and nothing else. You know, so just like remember, quick reminder to fill out the form. Yeah, I'm working with Jay. Here's the link. Done. You know, it's just like super simple.
This is the weekly form, right?
Yeah.
So what I have to do now is fill log, the tracking ledger, or the deliverables, all of them. I'm trying to remember.
Sorry, say again.
What I have to fill out now with the results we are having, it's the manual log, or the list and links, or all of them.
It's primarily the this is going to be for monthly. So let me go down to monthly. So monthly is the spreadsheet results, the actual results, and you'll see here only like
already open it.
Yeah, there's only like 4 people who filled it out, right?
So
there's not a lot of people. Say what?
Where is all that information going?
It goes, so the monthly tracking log is who filled it out and who didn't, right? And then you have the monthly value tracking ledger is where the actual data goes in. So this would be like Jay worked 100%. For example, does that make sense?
So I have to fill this. Yes, I just wanted to know.
Except it's not
which
May,
of the documents
it's April. We're actually going back to April here, so we got to fix that. So this is April. And this is the current monthly value tracking ledger. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I'm just opening the documents.
Awesome.
Okay, first up, what in this case, everyone on EXA should be on the same. Everyone should be on the same chat room, right? Same channel.
Well, that was the announcement. We're doing personal.
Because George is not.
This is personal direct messages. So this is only personal direct messages.
Oh, I cannot send direct messages. What I can do is I can mention them on the channel.
Oh no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Let's delete that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's not an announcement for everybody. That's just spamming, you know.
Yeah.
But what do you mean you can't do direct messages? Why wouldn't you be able to do direct messages?
I can just send direct messages if I were able to see the people who's in the
well, can you see my screen right now?
Team.
Can you see my screen?
One sec. Let me just delete the. Yes. Okay. Your screen. Yeah.
So
okay. No,
so
I don't have that list.
You don't see direct messages?
I can just see my chat room and the Slack bot.
But does it say direct? Does it say direct messages?
Yeah.
So if you click on direct messages, you would just type the person. So if you want to do Vienna, you just type Vienna and you click on it and you say go. And then you can do a direct message to Vienna.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Cool.
Right.
So are you better, Anaclara? Is it looking a little better?
Right now, like as I'm doing it, I'm understanding it. So.
Oh, it's the only way to learn in the end is just to do it. Figure it out as we go along, man. It is the best. All right. So this all looks good. This is all yellow. Ooh, Zachary. So what about Joel? Is Joel really missing in the log? It says that Joel did fill out the form, but in the ledger, it's missing. So what's up with that, right? And Hade as well, right? It's missing. So maybe you can even help with the with this week's ledger as well.
Who are you talking to?
Anaclara, sorry.
I'm sorry, what? I was really
yeah,
concentrating.
Anaclara, I was noticing that this week's ledger is still not updated either. There's still gaps in it that for people who it says they fill out the form, but then it doesn't have a number in there for them. So you could help with this week's as well.
Okay. Yeah, can I do it tomorrow?
Oh, you can do it anytime. Yeah. Anytime. So it's just like it just needs to get done. Once it's done, then we're good to go. So let's.
Okay, I will do it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and post this for April. Let me look at the April form. How do I see?
You told me weekly. Which week? Sorry.
It would be this last week, this most recent last week. Cool, yeah, I just looked at the form. It's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and send it out for April. And this is what we put in the announcements. So the announcements go to everybody, so we want it to just be applicable to everybody. That makes sense, Isaac?
Yeah.
Cool. What is this?
My computer is so slow.
Serena, Vienna, Isacc. Andrew.
It's unbelievable how much work it is just to get these people to fill out this form that literally takes 30 seconds to fill out. Isn't it just ridiculous?
Yeah. What about if you don't pay them and that's it? Like,
Tell me about it.
eventually they're going to do it.
Tell me about it, man. But that's just not how value tracking works. Value tracking is all about changing the systems around so that everybody's building value by being part of it. So
they should care more.
But I now that I'm treasurer and I'm the one responsible for payroll on Friday, I will definitely be letting people know they need to fill in the gap and like be like, you want to get paid for April, like where's the value? What'd you do?
So the notification will go on the announcement dog team, right?
Sorry, say again.
The notification for April for the April form.
What about it?
That will go on the same channel as the other one, right?
Exactly. I'm gonna do this as an announcement, and I'm gonna do it right now.
So we're missing here, like the value tracking on April. Where should I find that? Do we have it?
Sorry, say again.
We are missing like the value tracking for April. Do we have that information?
I think I added it in there. So you're talking about for the monthly, right?
Yeah, I have in here May, but I'm missing April.
I know, but try refreshing because I added it in, or at least I tried to add it in.
Okay.
Try refreshing. So this is the monthly value tracking manual log. Oh no, it's not that.
Yeah, but I don't have information to fill it. Sorry.
Well, it's in the spreadsheet results is where the information is.
Yeah, but I only have May there.
I added April.
Okay.
Do you see April? If you refresh, you should see April.
Okay, I'm on it. My computer is really slow right now.
And right now we have no information for May. May is blank. All right, so do you guys think we should keep working on this since we're, all working really well right now and just not worry about the checkouts and stuff until, we'll just because Jorge needs to leave, other people leave, and then whoever is going to stay, we can just check back in together. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I need to leave in a little bit, but what I'm doing, I can continue it on tomorrow. So okay, cool. It's not urgent, it's monthly. Nice. So.
Yeah, I would just love to get this done right now, really quick. So I'm gonna send this out. It's ready to go. So you don't need to fill out this monthly monthly. Let's go to 2 weeks. But if you do not fill out the monthly form, just spend a few minutes filling out this form. It's the first 2 weeks. Do not do this, and then be after that permanently. The one-time thing is 2 weeks. Thank you for your everyone here.
Yeah, let's have it on the economic space like also. Do you know how many of the actually? Okay, so it's
Oh, Jay, I thought that the results I was seeing were from May, but they are from April. That's correct.
Exactly. It's all April. Yes.
At the first day of May, they fill out April, and the first day of June, they fill out May. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so stupid. I should realize that before.
Hello.
Hey, you guys ready?
Yeah, I think we need to start wrapping up.
Okay. We're just finishing up a few things here. We are immersed in work because we had to do all of the current weekly stuff as well as all of the other things that we were doing too. So we were just doing all of that. So we'll be done really fast, like maybe like 3 more minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey guys, we're back.
Hi. Well, I'm done here.
Hey, what's up, Isaac?
me? Nothing. I just say hey because then.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. Anyone help find? I need the link to the. Oh, here we go. Where is it? Link to the week? No, the monthly contribution tracking form. Why do I not have it? I need the link to the monthly value tracking form.
I think it is this.
Wait, here it is. I found it.
Skype.
Yeah, I think I have it here.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I think I got it here.
Is the one that I...
All right, so I just need to go ahead into form, refers on this fine, simple docs, add it if you cool, awesome. Thank you for your contributions and all right, so I'm going to go ahead and post this on the Econaut Partner Slack, or the Economic Spaces Slack, so that we can start getting more monthly value tracking input here. And then we'll be done. We can start some wrap up and checkouts. Hey, Isaac, did you by chance get added to the, you did. You got added to the Economic Slack?
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't, I haven't completely signed up. It's signed to another team. And then okay.
Oh,
yeah, but I did get the invitation from Terry. Economic space.
There's one little edit I want to do. All right. Okay, so that is done. We should be getting more. This went out to 55 people, as opposed to the core team is only like, you know, a few people. So, and then we can use this for our Econaut message there. All right, so let's start wrapping up. Other next steps, things we need to do.
Yes. Jorge and I were discussing if maybe we need to join past value tracking with the current value tracking because it's the same year.
Oh, eventually it will. There'll be one master ledger spreadsheet, so eventually everything's going to come together. Yes.
Okay, good, because we already finished all the past value tracking, so.
All of the past value tracking? Oh, you mean for the week? For the weekly?
Yeah, I mean the weekly value tracking. Yeah, the past weekly value tracking.
So now we need to do the
February, March, and April.
So one important task is like, you know, I need to find this monthly value tracking thing, right?
Yeah, we didn't find that one.
Yeah, so if someone can help me do that, because we just need to get that done, and I don't know what to do about that. So monthly, quarterly value tracking spreadsheet. So this is Jay. If someone wants to help me, that would be really good. Mm-hmm. Does anyone want to volunteer to help me find that freaking spreadsheet?
What spreadsheet again? Sorry.
The monthly, quarterly value tracking spreadsheet.
Did we ever see it? I can recall.
No, we never found it. I never found it.
Well, I can help you out. I have some time yet.
Okay.
I still have some time.
Awesome. So yeah, maybe we can do that after this meeting. All right. So any other next steps? Any other next steps of anything you can think of? Let's see what we didn't do. So we worked on some of the ongoing value tracking, all that stuff. So this is the stuff we didn't do, all of this stuff here. So we have the community network schedule, the Andromeda value tracking, getting Jorge paid. task review. Okay. So no other next steps. So now we're gonna go to the tasks. So let's go over all these tasks. So add ongoing tasks to our team doc. So I think this is from yesterday's meeting. So someone needs to go into yesterday's meeting, get the list of ongoing tasks, and add it to our team doc.
In the master task list?
No, to our team doc. This is a list of ongoing tasks.
Oh, okay, good.
So Isaac, are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Creating template meeting agenda. So this is a new doc. So someone could sign up for that. They need to find the monthly tracking spreadsheet. We just went over that. Edit and update the form to be timed. So this is done. That was awesome. Good work. Send out the announcement for the network April month. That's done. I did that. Copy task from yesterday to this doc. We did that. Do we have a master task doc? Yes, all that's done. Decisions doc. So the decisions doc is, we need to update the decisions doc with our budget decisions. So update decisions doc with budget decisions. So someone could do that. Make sure that we organize response to the internal plan. So this is all Nelly. Nelly did all that, right, Nelly?
Yes.
That's done. Introduction to Econaut Slack. I did this. This is done. The Econaut.
Remember that everything that is on yellow, is also done, so you can erase it.
Okay. Well, yellow is not a good color to say that it's done because I usually say that means it's more important to do.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't know that, so.
Oh yeah, no worries. So anyways, like usually what I do is I just go like that when it's done, like just do a strike through.
Okay.
So you don't bring attention to it.
And everything, just erase that too.
Yeah. So we got Isaac on the Econaut Slack, right? Isaac, are you on the Econaut Slack? Like that's all done, or is it in process?
It's done. I'm already in.
All right, cool. So we can get rid of that. Set up. So now we have the monthly bot for the Exit Slack, the monthly bot for the Econaut Slack. So that's up to Isaac. What might want to redo the weekly bot for the Exit Slack. That's also Isaac. Master Andromeda list. So most so this is all done. Could delete this one, so we can delete that one and deliver. So this is all done. Okay, cool.
And the decisions doc is also done.
The what?
Decisions doc.
Well, we want to update the decision doc with the budget decision. So we want to put the budget decision in the decisions doc. So if I go here, and I had that from last meeting, in the last meeting, and you can look at, also you can look at the global team decisions doc. That one's updated as well. So you want to just like, so this would be all the times that the Andromeda team makes a decision. We would want to update this with our decisions doc so that we're documenting our decisions. Because like, I mean, let's say we needed to find a decision. Right now, the only way we could find a decision is basically to go through like, I mean, how many notes we have? We've got like 20 different notes documents to find the decision. I mean, that would be ridiculous. So the decisions doc is alternative so that we don't have to worry about that.
Guys, we should wrap up by now.
Okay, cool. So I think we're done with the tasks. Me and Isaac are going to stay afterwards. Is anyone else going to stay afterwards?
Yes, I think I can stay afterwards.
Anaclara and I are just getting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to take a break. That's for sure. So let's all check out, and then I think we're good to go. So how'd the meeting go for you? What are you up to for the rest of the day? And yeah, good to go.
Okay, I can start. For me, it went really well the whole day, not just this meeting. And I think that little by little, I'm learning a little bit more, and I can help the team and feel like I'm useful. So for me, it was great today. And now I'm going to take a shower and go to a friend's house. So that's it.
Nice. Jorge?
All right. Right now, I'm just going to start working on a class I have really late tonight because well, someone hired me for tonight, so I need to start working on a few documents.
What are you?
And
Sorry, I forgot.
I'm teaching English and French, and also
You speak French and
economics a
Spanish?
little bit. Sorry?
You speak French as well?
Yeah, but only the basics. I'm teaching just first level of French, so it's very basic.
So you understand when I say omelette au fromage?
Yes. Also, je sais ça quoi j'ai dit. Tu n'es pas vraiment bien parce que tu aimes les cafés fortes.
You're good.
Whoa, más tranquilo, cerebrito.
You're
good. You're good.
Thank you.
Wow, Jorge can run our
Thank you, guys.
French branch of the network, dude. It's awesome.
No. I always say my English is way more better than my French because I barely use it. So, yeah. So that's it, guys. And for me, it will be check.
All right, Isaac.
Right now, I'm gonna take a break. I'm coming back. I want to be able to accomplish more of the stuff that is still pending to do. I have to go and give the meds to my puppy, and that's it. Check.
All right, I'll go next. I thought this meeting went pretty well. It's pretty quick, but yeah, I'm excited about getting everything done, and we checked off all these tasks. It's like woohoo! Yeah, thank you for coming. Check.
Okay, so I'm really hungry right now, so I'm going to eat something. And then I think we can meet later for another meeting, and we can do more work because we have a lot to do. So yeah, we can meet later for another meeting. Check.
Awesome. All right.
Okay,
so yeah,
guys, I will start tomorrow working early. So if someone wants to join me, I will be connected.
Like we said,
All right.
I can join you in the morning. Just let me know when
Okay.
you're available.
I will write you on Skype. Okay. Okay, great. Well,
One thing that I think it's not, like urgent, but it will be good if you fill out the contact list from us with your cell phone, so we can add each other on WhatsApp. So
okay,
if we have something urgent
Where is that contact list?
on
the Super Team doc. So the Andromeda team doc. Oh no, the
Yeah.
Andromeda team
Okay.
doc is like
that's the link
gone.
on the top of every document we have. So.
Okay.
Yes, and also the
Someone seems to accidentally
support,
deleted
where you-
everything in the Andromeda Super Team doc.
Okay.
I
Isaac,
think that was
which-
you, Isaac. Isaac, you accidentally deleted
I didn't.
everything in the Andromeda Super Team doc.
Oh my God, there is nothing.
Yes.
There is nothing in the Andromeda
Don't
Super
worry.
Team doc.
that's the beauty of having the
Google Docs, you can reverse it.
there's no problem. But
Okay.
Yes, you can always reverse it. You have the changes history there.
I just did it because I wanted to know if you were paying attention or not.
I was so scared.
I know. Don't do that
No,
again,
yeah.
Isaac. All right. Cool.
No. I think I was writing something and then I accidentally clicked select everything. But
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, either way, you can always reverse it.
Yeah, we can always reverse it.
Here,
It's all
Andromeda.
good. Awesome. All right. Well, good work, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. And I'm gonna take about at least a half-hour break, and then we can check in via Skype and figure it all out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Isaac, I don't see the internal Andromeda team setup plan. Which one is it
you
for
can
to
click
put?
control. What?
Where is it to put my phone number and everything? Oh, personal support.
I'll send it to you.
It's right here. It's at the links. It's like the 4th or 5th link right here. Andromeda team contact list.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Awesome.
you
Let me check
Do you
that.
have any other social account where you can be contacted on?
Andromeda.
And let's put that as a next step as well in our notes, just to make sure that the updating those links more.
Andromeda team contact list. I have got it. Hey, Nelly.
In like 30 minutes, okay?
Okay, ciao. Bye.